Good evening, and welcome to the Crypto Overnighter. I'm Nicodemus, and I will be your host as we take a look at the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. And remember, none of this is financial advice. And it's 10 p.m. Pacific on Tuesday, September 26th, 2023. Welcome back to the Crypto Overnighter, where we have no sponsors, no hidden agendas, and no BS. But we do have the news, so let's talk about that. But before we get started, I'm going to apologize in advance. Autumn is my absolute favorite season, and the weather is just turning where I live. So while I'm recording this, I have the windows open to listen to the rain outside. If the sounds of the rain leak into the podcast, sorry, not sorry. It's my favorite weather. Tonight, we delve into the high-stakes game of regulatory chess, from a looming U.S. government shutdown that puts crypto legislation on ice, to Binance's game of international regulatory hopscotch. It's clear that the battle lines are being redrawn. And let's not forget the personal dramas that sometimes spill over into the crypto world. Tighten your seatbelts, it's going to be a bumpy ride. One thing that's causing ripples across the crypto landscape, the looming US government shutdown. The clock is ticking, and the shutdown could have far-reaching implications for the industry. First off, the shutdown is a result of a congressional budget impasse. This deadlock could freeze an array of federal services, including those that directly impact the crypto industry. We're talking about delayed crypto bills, folks. Bills focused on crypto regulation, market structure, and stablecoins could all be put on hold. The Financial Innovation and Technology for the 21st Century Act and the Blockchain Regulatory Certainty Act and the Clarity for Payment Stablecoins Act are all in jeopardy. Now let's talk about the SEC. Chair Gensler warned that the agency will operate with a skeletal staff during the shutdown. This is bad news for companies waiting for decisions on Bitcoin spot ETF applications. It's also a headache for companies like Binance that are in the middle of court disputes with the regulator. More about Binance later. But it's not all doom and gloom. Ann Kelly is a former SEC official. She mentioned that the SEC has some budgetary flexibility. In past shutdowns, the SEC stayed open for extended periods, so there is a glimmer of hope. But what about the courts? Federal courtrooms are likely to continue operating for a few weeks until they too run out of cash. So legal battles like the one between the SEC and Binance could remain in motion for now. And let's not forget Congress. According to Sheila Warren, CEO of Crypto Council for Innovation, a shutdown would mean, quote, forward progress on bills will be stalled. The focus of lawmakers could shift, and crypto might not be at the top of the priority list post-shutdown, which would be a shame because crypto has been making strides with bills moving forward in the House. A shutdown could bring all that momentum to a grinding halt. This is a freeze on innovation and regulatory clarity that the crypto industry desperately needs. The SEC's role in this is particularly concerning. With a skeletal staff, the SEC's ability to make timely decisions on crucial matters like crypto ETFs is severely compromised. This could lead to delays that ripple through the crypto markets, affecting investor sentiment and possibly leading to market volatility. It's a situation that highlights the crypto industry's vulnerability to bureaucratic inefficiencies. As for the federal courts, while they may continue to operate in the short term, any extended shutdown could further slow down legal proceedings involving crypto companies. This is problematic for an industry seeking legal clarity and could result in a backlog of cases that take even longer to resolve. A government shutdown could act as a significant roadblock for the crypto industry, stalling legislative progress, affecting SEC operations, and slowing down legal proceedings. The looming shutdown is a ticking time bomb for crypto. But remember, we've weathered storms before, and we'll weather this one too. While the US plays a risky game with its shutdown clock, Binance is playing its own strategic game overseas. Ready for this? Let's dive in. And hey, if you're finding these insights valuable, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. Binance is figuring into a few stories tonight. It's just their turn, I guess. I didn't really plan it that way. That's just how it turned out. Binance is partnering with Mitsubishi UFJ Trust and Banking Corporation, or MUTB. MUTB is a unit of Japan's MUFG Bank. Their goal? To issue a stablecoin in Japan by the end of 2024. Binance is re-entering the Japanese market. They acquired 100% of Secure Exchange Bitcoin last November. This move allows them to operate under the Japan Financial Services Agency's regulations. It's a strategic re-entry, especially after the JFSA had issued warnings against Binance in 2021 for operating without registration. Now, let's not forget MUTB. They're exploring the use of their platform dubbed ProgMacCoin as the infrastructure for this stablecoin issuance. Both companies aim to kick off their stablecoin operations by the end of next year, pending regulatory approvals. Japan is not new to crypto regulations. Their parliament introduced a legal framework for stablecoins in June 2022. This framework ensures stablecoins are linked to fiat currencies like the yen. It also gives the holders right to redeem them at face value. Takeshi Chino, the general manager of Binance Japan, stated that stablecoins have crucial roles in the financial ecosystem. They facilitate lower-cost, instantaneous cross-border trade settlements for businesses and seamless crypto trading for retail investors. Tatsuya Saito, the vice president of product at MUTB, echoed this sentiment, saying that the new stablecoin would advance Web3. Binance Japan is already operational, offering 34 tokens. That's the largest number of tokens offered on any digital exchange in Japan. They plan to offer at least 100 tokens on their platform in the coming months. This partnership is more than just a business deal. It's a significant step in the evolving landscape of cryptocurrency and stablecoins in Japan. It also marks a strategic move for Binance to strengthen its foothold in a regulated market. And let's not forget, it's a clear signal that traditional banking giants like MUFG are taking the crypto world seriously. This is one to watch, folks. The partnership between Binance and MUFG could set a precedent for how crypto exchanges and traditional banks can collaborate in a regulated environment. Which kind of makes sense, right? Exchanges like Binance are very centralized. So are traditional banking systems. They're just dealing in decentralized assets. And for those of us skeptical about central banks and government oversight, this is a development that could tip the scales in favor of decentralized financial systems. Keep your eyes peeled for 2024. It's going to be a pivotal year. The Binance-MUFG partnership is a significant move that could reshape the stablecoin landscape in Japan and potentially globally. This alliance is a strategic play in a market that recently laid down the legal groundwork for stablecoins. The timing could not be better. Japan's legal framework for stablecoins provides a fertile ground for this partnership, ensuring that the stablecoins will be tied to a fiat currency and can be redeemed at face value. This is a clear signal that Japan is opening its doors to crypto innovation, but under its terms and conditions. For Binance, this is a calculated re-entry into a market it had to exit due to regulatory concerns. Partnering with a financial giant like MUFG gives Binance the legitimacy and local expertise it needs to navigate Japan's regulatory landscape. It's a win-win for both parties. Binance brings its crypto expertise, while MUFG offers its financial infrastructure and regulatory know-how. But let's not forget the broader implications here. Stablecoins serve as a bridge between the traditional financial world and the crypto ecosystem. From Binance's global chessboard to Taiwan's regulatory leap, Taiwan is gearing up, but is it for better or worse? Stick around to find out. Also, if you like what you're hearing, smash that like button. Taiwan's financial watchdog is the Financial Supervisory Commission. The commission issued new guidelines for crypto platforms. This is designed to bring more transparency and customer protection into the crypto space. The FSC has been supervising the crypto sector since March. These new guidelines focus on customer protection, asset custody, and internal controls. Crypto issuers must now publish a white paper. Exchanges need a review mechanism for listing and delisting virtual assets. The guidelines also mandate that platform assets and customer assets be kept separate. Why is this important? Well, remember the collapse of 2022 and the FTX bankruptcy? Those events revealed that customer funds were often mixed with company assets. Taiwan is taking steps to prevent such financial disasters from happening again. And we're seeing this in a lot of jurisdictions that are standing up crypto regulatory frameworks. But there's more. Overseas firms looking to serve Taiwanese customers must register locally and comply with anti-money laundering laws. Binance is already in the process of registering in Taiwan for AML compliance. Taiwan is also looking at global trends. The FSC has referred to new crypto regulations from the European Union, Japan, and South Korea to strengthen its own frameworks. This is part of a global trend towards tighter crypto regulation. Industry and self-regulatory bodies in Taiwan are expected to set up norms based on these new guiding principles. 9 crypto exchanges in Taiwan have already formed a working group to establish a crypto industry association. This association will likely play a significant role in shaping the future of crypto in Taiwan. The FSC's new guidelines could be a game changer. They could provide the industry with the legitimacy, oversight, and public trust it needs to grow. But let's not forget, These guidelines also mean more government oversight, something that might not sit well with those who are skeptical of centralized authority. While the focus on consumer protection is commendable, the stringent rules could be the cause of more problems than they solve. They provide a framework that could attract more traditional investors into the crypto space, offering a semblance of security and trust. That said, these regulations could stifle innovation and deter smaller startups from entering the market. The requirement for offshore exchanges to register with the FSC could be seen as Taiwan's way of exerting control over foreign entities operating within its jurisdiction. It says Taiwan is not an open playground for offshore exchanges, especially for those who've been operating in regulatory gray areas. This could be a significant barrier for exchanges that have been eyeing Taiwan as a potential market. The formation of an industry association is an interesting development. While self-regulation is generally a positive step, one has to wonder how effective this will be. Will a self-regulatory body hold any weight, or will it merely serve as a rubber stamp for the FSC's regulations? Taiwan's new crypto guidelines offer both opportunities and challenges for the crypto industry. Taiwan is tightening its grip, but it's doing so in a way that could benefit both consumers and the industry. It's a delicate balance, and only time will tell if Taiwan has struck it right. From Taiwan's regulatory push to a crypto heist that leaves us questioning, is anything really secure? Stay tuned, and remember to stay updated, hit that follow button. On September 24th, HTX, the exchange formerly known as Huobi, lost a staggering $7.9 million to hackers. That's 5,000 Ethereum drained from their hot wallets. This was confirmed by Justin Sun, the founder of Tron and an advisor to HTX. Now, this is where it gets interesting, because HTX isn't just sitting back. They figured out who the hacker is. A message from a known Huobi hot wallet, owned by Arkham Intelligence, made it clear. HTX is willing to take back only 95% of the stolen amount. The hacker gets to keep 5% as a white hat bonus, if you will. The hacker has until October 2nd, 2023 to return the funds. Fail to comply, and they'll face the full wrath of the law. Binance CEO Chang Peng Zhao has also stepped in. CZ offered the help of Binance's security team to track down the stolen funds. Timely intervention is key here, as hackers often use mixers or convert the loot to privacy tokens to cover their tracks. Justin Sun reassured HTX users that all losses would be covered. He even went on to say that $8 million is a relatively small sum compared to the $3 billion worth of assets held by HTX users. It also amounts to just 2 weeks of revenue for the HTX platform. The HTX hack is a glaring example of the vulnerabilities that plague crypto exchanges. While the loss may seem trivial in the grand scheme of HTX's operations, it is a reminder of the constant threats that loom over the crypto world. The involvement of Binance's security team indicates a collaborative effort that underscores the importance of collective security measures in the crypto space. But let's not forget, these are the same exchanges that have been under scrutiny for compliance issues. So while they may be banding together to solve one problem, they're still part of a system that many believe is fundamentally flawed. So what does this mean for the rest of the crypto world? These attacks have been particularly impactful this year. The North Korean-affiliated Lazarus Group alone amassed no less than $40 million in Bitcoin from their criminal escapades in the last 365. It also raises questions about exchange security. Are these platforms doing enough to protect user assets? HTX has implemented real-time monitoring mechanisms to prevent such losses. Is that enough? Security is a hot topic, and Binance navigates the regulatory maze yet again, this time in Belgium. Let's get into it. Now, your support keeps this podcast going, so share it if you find it enlightening. Much like Japan, Binance reopened its doors in Belgium. That's right, just 3 months after the Financial Services and Markets Authority in Belgium ordered it to cease operations. The FSMA accused Binance of operating from countries outside the European Economic Area, a clear violation of Belgian law. The regulator even threatened criminal sanctions. Binance found a workaround. Binance is now operating in Belgium through its Polish entity, Binance Poland. This move ensures that they're in full compliance with European laws. Belgian users had to accept new terms of use and undergo a fresh round of identity verifications to continue using the platform. This shows how crypto companies can adapt and survive in a hostile regulatory environment. Binance had to delist certain privacy coins like Monero and Horizon in Belgium as part of this new arrangement. This is a small price to pay, but it is a reminder of the constant tug of war between crypto platforms and regulators. because Binance also faces regulatory hurdles in the Netherlands and even in the US, where the SEC filed a lawsuit against them. But they're still standing, still operating, and still serving their users. The return of Binance to Belgium is a significant event, especially for traders in the country who had to put their trading activities on hold. The FSMA's initial ban was a blow to the crypto community, but Binance's compliance shows a willingness to work with regulatory frameworks, even if it means jumping through additional hoops like operating through a Polish entity. Binance's move to comply should serve as a lesson to other platforms that think they can sidestep the law. The delisting of privacy coins also indicates a compromise on the part of Binance, likely to appease regulators. Governments and regulators can stifle innovation and financial freedom, but they can't kill it. The crypto community will find a way to adapt and thrive, just like Binance did in Belgium. From Binance's Belgian maneuvers to Bitboy's live stream drama, this is as real as crypto gets, folks. Make sure to keep the conversation going in the comments below. And this is our cover story for tonight. Ben Armstrong, formerly known as Bitboy, was arrested during a live stream. And this wasn't just any live stream. It was outside the house of one Carlos Diaz, a former business associate. Armstrong claims Diaz has his Lamborghini. Armstrong went live, accusing Diaz of wanting to kill him and having links to the Houston Mafia. The police showed up 19 minutes into the stream. They asked if Armstrong had a weapon. He said he didn't, but there was one in his car's back seat. Now let's talk about that car, because Armstrong wasn't alone. He had a woman with him, someone he had an affair with. He claims his wife knows. This woman named Cassie is somehow involved in the Diaz situation. Now, I went to Armstrong's X account this morning. In a thread posted this very morning, he talks about Cassie. It sounds like that's the woman he's currently having an affair with. That's right, I said currently. Now, typically speaking, you get caught having an affair, you either end up not having an affair or you end up divorced. Not in this case. Apparently, Ben is having an affair and staying married too. Armstrong posted, quote, "So me, my wife, and Cassie are trying to figure this out. We're all grown adults capable of making our own decisions, and we don't need any of you to help us with that decision." Armstrong and Cassie were on their way from his daughter's tennis match when they decided to stop by Diaz's house. Armstrong alleges Diaz has been extorting him, sending him death threats, and stole his Lamborghini. The live stream went silent for 17 minutes before ending. Armstrong was booked into jail on 9:11 p.m. on September 25th. The charges? Loitering and simple assault by placing another in fear. Armstrong was previously associated with the Hit Network, which owns the Bitboy crypto brand. As we reported, they severed ties with him due to issues surrounding substance abuse and financial damage to employees. Armstrong even appealed for donations to cover his legal battles, which did not sit well with the crypto community, largely because he allegedly has at least $80 million in XRP while he was begging for donations. The Lamborghini at the center of this drama was allegedly bought by Hit Network. When they cut ties with Armstrong, they wanted to sell the car to recoup funds that he allegedly stole. Diaz confirmed Armstrong's presence at his house through home security footage. Armstrong's arrest has certainly stirred the pot. It's a volatile mix of personal vendettas, high-value assets like Lamborghinis, and the law. It raises questions about the credibility of influencers in the crypto space. Are they trustworthy, or are they another cog in the wheel of the crypto drama machine? So, what happened? The US government shutdown could freeze crucial crypto bills and slow down SEC operations, affecting everything from ETF approvals to ongoing legal battles. Yet, there's a glimmer of hope, as past shutdowns have seen the SEC stay open longer than other agencies. Binance is making strategic alliances, this time with Japan's MUFG bank. Together, they plan to issue a stablecoin by the end of 2024, signaling that traditional banks are finally starting to take crypto seriously. Taiwan is cracking down, but in a good way, issuing new guidelines aimed at customer protection and financial transparency. The FSC is sending a clear message: play by the rules or stay out. HTX, formerly known as Huobi, lost $7.9 million in a recent hack. Now they're offering the hacker a white hat bonus to return 95% of the stolen funds. Binance is back in Belgium, navigating around a ban by operating through its Polish entity. Bitboy's live-streamed arrest has raised eyebrows and questions about the credibility of crypto influencers. From allegations of extortion to an ongoing affair, the crypto space is not immune to personal dramas. The overarching theme tonight is the intricate dance between the crypto industry and the various forms of regulation, both domestic and international. Whether it's the US government's potential shutdown affecting the SEC and federal courts, or Taiwan's new crypto guidelines aimed at better oversight, the regulatory landscape is anything but stable. Add to that the bold moves by Binance in Japan and Belgium, and it's clear that crypto companies are learning to adapt, or risk being sidelined. These stories are shaping the future of the crypto industry. Whether it's the SEC's delayed decision-making, Binance's maneuvers to re-enter regulated markets, or the credibility of crypto influencers, each element has a ripple effect. As we wrap up tonight, it's clear we're at a crossroads. The actions taken by governments, regulatory bodies, and even individual actors like Bitboy will either advance the industry or hinder its growth. But one thing is certain. The crypto world is becoming increasingly complex and entangled with traditional systems, for better or worse. And that's going to do it for us tonight. I want to thank you, my listeners, because when you stop listening, I will stop talking. If you enjoyed tonight's show, then please like, follow, subscribe, leave a rating, or maybe a review. And in the meantime, we'll see you tomorrow night.